Let's be honest, the first 90 days of building a business can kind of feel like chaos in a cute outfit, like lipstick on a pig, as they say. You've got ideas, a vision, maybe even a logo, and a list of offers. But between trying to build a website, decide if you should launch on Instagram, figure out how you're going to get paid, you're just kind of feeling buried in a bunch of shoulds. You should post more, you should start a podcast, you should just launch. But what if underneath all of that, all the circling around what tactics to take, you're building the wrong thing in the first place? So let's clear out all that noise today. If you just focus on these 3 things in the first 90 days, no branding, no aesthetics, you'll build something that actually works. I'm talking about real clarity, real traction, real income potential. I'm Ayana, your product launch plug. I helped billion-dollar businesses take vague ideas and launch best-selling products. And now I'm helping you do the same. There's a couple things that you can do right now in your first 90 days of business that will set you apart from all the businesses that fail. Let's start with what matters most. Before you build anything, you have to validate it. Not just in your heart or among your friends or in your group chat. I mean, real signals from real people. And yes, there is a framework for how to do this. You want to check on 2 things: quantitative validation and qualitative validation. Quantitative validation is your data. This is asking questions like, is there a market? Are people searching for this? Is there already something out there that people are spending money on that's similar to what you want to do? And then your qualitative data is going to come from conversations with real people. What people are actually saying is the problem that they want to solve. What language are they using to describe what they need? What are they struggling with? And yes, you need both the data and the conversations. Okay. Let's get the data stuff out of the way. There's a couple things that you can look at definitively that will help you validate your idea in this data area. One, you can look at search volume. Use a free Google Keyword Planner or Uber Suggest. This is a way for you to look for phrases that people are searching 1,000 times a month. It lets you know what is actually being desired in the market. And there's ways for you to take a look and see if there's low competition in that area. You're essentially looking for a high volume search with low competition and has some indication of people wanting to spend on something they're looking to acquire. This will tell you clearly that there's interest and opportunity because of the low competition. The other area of data is price points. So price points will tell you what people are paying for similar products. Is this idea that you have going to be a $20 impulse buy or more like a $900 premium investment? You can use Etsy, Amazon, local boutiques will give you a sense of how your product will fit in the market from a price scale, and exactly how the market will be able to support a new price point. So perhaps you have an idea to make something that is a little bit top tier. Take a look at where you want to fall in the range of all the prices aligned to the type of product that you're creating. And then there's comparable business models. This is data. Is there somebody that's building something similar to what you want to do in a different city or a different industry? That's not a problem. You don't need to be first. You just need to make sure that there's actual demand. And if somebody else is already doing it, it lets you know that people actually want the thing. What you do from here is take the best of what's working and remix it for your offer. Now let's pair that with qualitative data. You want to ask yourself, what problem are you solving? Who exactly is this idea or this concept for? And what's going to make your offer stand out from other things that they've tried? Now, you don't want to just guess in this particular area. You want to make sure that you're starting small and actually reaching out to people to get these answers. Here's a couple ways that you can do this. You can DM 3 people who fit your target audience. And if you've done your target audience studies, you should be able to know what those indicators are that this person is within your customer base, and be able to use those indicators to find them easily online. So these are people who have public profiles on Instagram, for example, and being able to DM them there. Then you want to ask them, what have they tried? What didn't work? What did work? And what are they looking for in order to find the perfect solution for this particular problem? And then last but not least, use tools like Google Forms, Instagram polls, or Typeforms to run mini surveys, ways that you can have a compilation of information, turning these conversations into data, all serving your validation process right now. And if you want to go a level deeper, here are 3 advanced ways to prove and validate your offer before building it. You can pre-sell it. Offer a beta version, offer a soft launch, take payments early, even if it's $1, right? $1 is still a commitment that somebody is making to you, saying, hey, I really want what you're developing. I'm willing to wait for it. I'm willing to continue following your journey and seeing how it comes about. If they're willing to buy something from you before it even exists, that's the strongest proof that they need it and the strongest proof that you need to validate your offer. The next is starting a waitlist. So you can use this to drive interest to a very simple landing page just to see if people are willing to give you their information, right? Are they willing to make sure that you have a way to follow up with them about this thing that's coming? And then the last advanced way to validate your concept before you even build it is creating a comparison post. So on social media, you can describe your offer next to something else that they've tried, something else that's currently in the market. And the comments will tell you what people actually value and what's standing out to them about what's different about your offer. Now, I know validation is not glamorous. It's a lot of swallowing your ego and getting out there and asking questions and looking for reasons why this is not going to work, which I know doesn't really feel like the CEO energy you dreamed of. But it's a very necessary CEO move. If you skip this part, you could spend weeks, months, maybe even years building something that nobody even wants. So let's just not do that. Now, the next phase you want to go into in this 90 days of starting your business is visibility. Once you've validated, it's time to show up, but not everywhere. Pick one place where you know your audience already is consistently. That might be Instagram, that might be in their inbox, it might be LinkedIn. It's whatever makes sense for you and what you're selling. Then post consistently, clearly, and with actual value. Share what you're thinking, tell your stories, show your audience. Say, I see your problem. I've been there and I'm here to help. They need to be able to feel confident that you have a deep understanding of what they're going through in order for them to buy into your journey of solving it. And again, you're going to keep hearing me say this, but you don't need a huge audience to do this. You just need an aligned one. Visibility without clarity is just noise, but visibility with a clear message, it's going to give you momentum. If you're willing to invest in reaching people, this is where ads, email deliverability, and even grassroots methods in your local campaign really come into play. Think about how you can stretch yourself out of your comfort zone to get visible and get visible fast. It doesn't have to be fancy. It can be as simple as deciding you're going to go to 5 events a week and talk about your business. That's visibility. It could be that you're going to make one ad and target it very keenly and spend $10 a day on it. Make sure that you have some kind of strategy for visibility and a budget aligned to that. Now you want to build your offer. And just one offer that solves one real problem is all you need in these first 90 days. Trust me on that. You don't need a full suite. You don't need a fancy funnel. You need one product, service, or experience that moves people from point A to point B. And in the process of doing that, these are the things that you want to be asking yourself and making sure you have the answers to. What's a transformation that I can confidently deliver right now? What does my audience need right now? And how can I make it simple and results driven? When I say simple and results driven, you want people to be able to identify with the transformation that they're going to experience because of what you have been able to sell to them. You want to be able to communicate to them who they become as a result of having your product or having access to your service. This is how you go from influencer to business owner, from just engaging people online to actually generating income from that engagement. And if we're being real, most founders reverse this process. They do branding first, they go hire a designer, build a full website, and then they're wondering why nobody's buying. Please, let's not do that. I built Floracity Studio so you don't have to make those mistakes. I built my businesses by validating my ideas, building one offer, and showing up with value consistently. And it works. This is exactly what billion-dollar businesses are doing on the inside before you even see something that's being marketed to you. So if you want help doing it the smart way and you're ready to go from idea to aligned execution, check out the Kitchen Counter CEO. I'm calling it my signature product these days because I'm realizing how helpful it is for people. I built it to help you go from mapping your foundation to actually executing on that foundation and learning as you go along the way. You don't need to do everything at once. You just need to do the right things in the right order. If you remember nothing else from this video, just remember, let's build a business that works before it looks perfect.